Hello everyone, welcome back to Rome 2 Total War, House Julia, the Next Generation, the Centenary, episode 100. Thank you for sticking with us all this time. It's been a campaign of twos and fros, but we are getting there. I mean, the only real issue we kind of have is over here, is the sheer number of armies that the Armenians are putting out. The combination of these guys as well, double stackers from the media Chadtopia, but the Armenians are really the more dangerous problem, as you can see, because of the territory. So we're choosing not to sort of attack that area. I moved my army because it ran into these two here, double stacker. So rather than lose the army, I've moved them out, and we're going to go and attack Salamis and then move them from there. So essentially keep them on the run, but keep them trying to get all this kind of stuff here. Maybe wipe out Persia. Well, I don't know, Persia's still sort of over here quite a bit. So we'll have to see how the army does. We'll have to leave it and stop to replenish its numbers occasionally. But we also want to deal with Libya at some point as well. We're bringing these armies up from this area here, run all the way through and down. So I think what we'll do is these guys here, we'll put them on urgent run, essentially, and we'll tell them to hoof it down to Alexandria. So they will basically cheese it down there as quickly as they can. We'll also get these guys to cheese it the same way. And get them down to Alexandria so we can use them to push back here and essentially deal with these areas, and then hit this particular area here. So you can see the Germans are going up against the Parthians, and I think it's the Parthians who are allied with the Armenians. I'm not sure though. Let's have a look.
Be welcome, emissary, if you come in.
No, I don't want a peace treaty with you bastards. Not for a second. That's the only thing, is it doesn't necessarily show you who their friends are. Or who they're allied with, but you know, whatever. Anyway, one thing I do want to do is I just realised I don't have any politicians. I need to hire some politicians, as I don't really have a lot. So that'll be something I'll have to do in the next section. I might actually hire one and lose 6 senators, but just so I can have a politician available to me, but we'll have to see. So yeah, that's where we stand at the moment. So let's end the turn. Where are the provinces? What have we got? So bread and games, I'm assuming. See, because what I want to try and do is get party loyalty like that. So we'll see. Now let's have a look, because politics, 256 of 500, and House Cornelia, we've already taken their loyalty. Sevilla, we've secured them. Claudia, we've secured them. And it's only for 5 turns as well. It's ridiculous. It does make me want to kill them all, to be honest. If you can't be loyal, then you can be dead. Those are your options. Wow. Okay, so here we go. These guys are waiting here as a potential ambush force for the Caledonian army in a bit, which is going to go down to Moradin. So essentially, as soon as they attack, we move in, close them in there, shut them all down, kill them, and then make our way back, get Barackon, Eildon, and then move over, and then finally take Britain for ourselves. Now, that is the ideal situation. Now, that's 18 out of 20. That's a reasonably good stacked army. Let's see. So that's the Apuli. And there's the Media Atropatane. But, see, because of the problem I had losing the Rome to my Separatists, I don't really want to lose it again. See, I've got to get the amphitheatre. I have to do that one. Put a second public forum in there so I can still have that option in there. I don't know yet.
At your command.
I don't know yet. We'll see. We'll see. But the good thing is that force there is now rebuilding its numbers as they help take Syracuse, and Knossos is now ours. Those guys are on the move, but they can't really do much. We're holding Herepsna off them. We're demolishing all of that and building our own stuff. So let's end the turn. And I mean, I've played this campaign 3 or 4 times offline just because I wanted something to do and I was bored at the time, and I thought, what the hell? I like the game quite a bit. The only thing that I'm sort of less keen about in the game is the lack of complexity when it comes to obviously the politics and stuff like that. Just a personal thing, you know. I do feel like with Rome 2 they made it too simple, and with Attila they went in completely the opposite direction. The most recent Total War game is just literally like such a food problem. It's just so annoying to the point where it's just become starvation, Total War starvation really. And so yeah, as Britannia I wasn't impressed. But
I offer this morsel.
Oh,
now,
shut up.
like a...
Idiots. Here we come. The Dranginas. No. Dranginas. I'll call them the Oranginas. It's much funnier. In my opinion, anyway. May not be in anybody else's, but, you know. Hey ho. Oh, I just forgot. I had a nice glass of water here. Ah, ice cold water in a 3-pint German beer stein. And it's got to be really cold as well. Personal preference, really, really ice cold water. I know they say, oh, it's not good for you. It's like everything's not good for you these days. You literally could get run over by a bus as you walk out the front door. Everything kills you. Oh, here we go. What's going on here? The Magna Carta's over. So they're up to some suspicious activity. Right, well, natural causes. Claudia, let's put the Claudia guy in charge, shall we? And there we go, somebody has acquired infamy. Infamy, they've all got it, infamy. Encourage populace in Hellas. Nice. Construction reports, good. Household expands, much like my waistline. Quartermasters, right, subversion attempt there has failed. Failed their subversion of my
Commander.
Army. Good. Edict issued, party loyalty. Faction joins war. Oh, they're attacking Athens as well. How lovely. So, where's that? Ah, requires attention. One of the family has been apprehended outside the Senate. She attacked a senator who had spoken ill of her husband, stabbing him through the tongue with a hairpin. Oh, punish her. We're not having that. We're not having that. As much as I dislike the Senate, you do not stab somebody through the tongue with a hairpin. I'm sorry, that's just uncalled for. So, why stab him through the tongue with a hairpin when you can just kill him? Just be easier. Anyway, let's get these guys. Probably going to take a couple of turns. No, we can make it in one. And you, sir, are out of Ethiopia. And we got a bonus there. And the military traditions. Keepers of the peace. Yeah, bitches. And... There we go. Oh, we've missed one.
Ready for battle.
There we go. What can we have? Authority and public order.
At your command.
So, Mero there. Let's put in a field of Mars. A practice field. A workshop and something to make everyone happier again. Axum. Let's just demolish everything. See what happens. So now basically the Armenians are out of this area, which is what we wanted. Our other armies are making their way over. These guys, as you can see, forced march all the way down through here. These guys here, let's upgrade him for a start, and then let's give him a forced march. But can we get him onto the water and get him to sail like the bedevil, so to speak, down to this area here? So let's see how that works out for us. Hopefully we won't lose the army.
Ready for battle.
Now, here, these guys are on the move. They're probably going to lose Sid there, but...
To serve Rome. Get the blockade set up.
So those guys are going to go in and attack that area there. They'll need to stand around for a little while and replenish their numbers after that. But then they can make a move to Antioch after that. Now, these guys here,
Ready for orders.
looking pretty good. Let's upgrade those guys. And the horses as well. God, look how much money we've got as well. That's insane. Because we're doing all that looting and pillaging and all that other naughtiness. Now, who are they? Himyar. We have no quarrel with them at all. We have no desire to quarrel with them right now. Let's send those guys back up there.
At your command.
Let's see what else these guys can do. Can we recruit any more? Yes, we can.
Soldiering. It's a good life.
There we go. Get that as a full stacker. Can we raise another army here in Serene? Reinstate a legacy. A classic 2. Nope, don't want that. My mistake. Reinstate a legacy. The 17th Legion.
Ready for battle. Get to it, men.
And then
Your orders.
there we go, that's where they should be.
Rome needs
Legionary Cavalry. We don't have any artillery for these guys. There we go, that's literally a 20 stacker army like that. And they're going to be ready in 3 turns. How good is that? Now obviously Alexandria, I would like to have the same level of capability to build stuff. So we'll have to see. Yeah, they're at 100, so let's give them a field of Mars as well, so they can do recruitment. Heffalumps! Heffalumpage! So,
At your command.
let's end the turn. And then we shall attack Salmis. And see what happens. Ephesus, unfortunately, we're probably going to lose. Thanks to those damn Armenians. My own fault, really, for letting them get too big. But, you know, one lesson learned, I suppose. When it comes to Total War, I tend to be quite a cautious player. And sometimes that can be a downside, because by the time I'm ready to exert my authority, some of these countries have gotten too big to actually make it mean that I actually then have to spend more and do more to overcome them than I would have done had I actually attacked earlier. But, you know, swings and roundabouts and all that. There we go. That's a big city as well, unfortunately. Well, that outcome wasn't exactly unexpected. Oh, here we go. And they take seed as well. So that attempt at a quick campaign over there to reclaim some of Armenia turned out to be a complete bloody disaster. Oh, really? Oh, of course, yeah, this is the attack on Moradin that I'm going to then come in and kill them both for. See, there we go. I'm going to bring my guys in from that side very soon. That's going to be particularly satisfying for me. The Canossians have a lot of attrition on them, so they may not last for much longer. Ah. I wonder what Persia are doing. Oh, here we go. Parrot and onion. Why do they want a parrot onion? Okay. What's going on in parrot onion? More to the point, where the bloody hell is that? Oh, it's there. Okay. Your settlement has been sacked. Subversion, food shortage. Tell me. So, let's move these guys in here.
Advance. Ready for battle.
Like that.
Ready for battle.
And let's attack with these guys as they've got the artillery. Hello, boys. Didn't expect that, did you? Yeah, damn right.
Ready for battle.
And then these guys,
Ready for orders. Attack.
and go after them.
Commander.
So, let's see, because settlement sacked, settlement lost. Ephesus, yes, okay, we know that one. Where is side, we know, yes. Moridunan. Okay. Ah, here we go. Where is that? Oh, bloody hell. It's right next to flipping. Where the hell did they come from? Wow, okay.
At your command.
Right, well.
March.
So, these guys are going to come in here.
At your command. We hunger for battle.
Ah, screw it. Yeah, we got the advantage. Goodbye. Yeah, you don't try and take my stuff like that, Sunshine. Not on mine, no, not on my watch. Not having it. Not having it at all. So they'll replenish their numbers. And at least we killed that fleet. Dealt with that problem, at least for the time being. Those guys have still got the attrition on them. We've still got the low food attrition, and the money is going to be a problem. Let's get some money back. Hi, boys. Have a sword in the thorax. So let's dismantle all this. Put fish in. Dismantle. Dismantle. So that's better. Now, we've got that area there, but there's still quite a bit of armies and stuffs around the place. Persia. Oh, Duran Jr. The Oranginas. Okay. So, these guys are hoofing it down. As are those guys. And we are trying to sort of get forces down here to push up through this area. And then push up from Armenia through here. Maybe push back against Media Atropatene because of the problems that they're causing here. As you can see, they've taken Anthea. And it's going to be a problem for those guys, I'm guessing. But they've got the armies to deal with the Medians. But yeah, our attempts to take Pergamon and Ephesius and stuff like that and Rhodes did not work out well, and we had to send our army on the run for a bit of fun and games. But we can now bring an army up here to push up in that direction as well. Obviously, it would be nice to get Jerusalem for obvious historical reasons, even though technically speaking we're not Christians. Now, those guys are recovering. Look at that, how expensive it is to upgrade all their armour. Mad, absolutely mad. But it increases their survivability against the enemy.
We hunger for battle.
Good for you. So hopefully I can increase the survivability of both of these armies by upgrading their capabilities with respect to armour.
At your command.
So those guys are just going to stay there.
Ready for battle. Advance.
To deal with that guy, and then they'll push through here, up through North Wales to Eberacon, and then go in for Aldon, and then finally push over to Elbiana, or Eblana. Eblana? Eblana, okay. So that's the general gist there.
Ready for orders.
These guys, smallish army, we're going to keep him there because I'd like to have somebody in the middle there just to act as a little bit of a buffer. But yeah, as you can see here, the Armenians just mad, absolutely mad number of full stack armies. Just insane, and obviously in combination with Persia makes them pretty hard to push back against, but not impossible.
Commander.
And these guys are now going to move back up. Let's get them running, and let's get them back up to Alexandria as fast as possible so they can add to the forces in Alexandria as we push in through this area here. So we can take some of these areas here. Maybe push back against these areas. So we'll take that peninsula there before we start pushing in. We'll have to wait and see. But either way, it's going to be interesting to see how it turns out. Okay, so over here, obviously, we've got a army in Caledonium. Should actually be in there. There we go. Not as a navy, should be in as an army, which they are now. You got the Athenians over here for some reason that I can't fathom. Moridunan needs repairs, which I'll do next turn. And of course, unassigned skills, as we always seem to have. There we go. And is it the Legion? Yep, there we go. He's good. There we go. Formidable fighters. I do love that one. And we got another one. Morale. And morale. Make him a nice commander as well. All good in the hood. So those are the horses, the armies that are cheesing it down the African peninsula, or the African coast, I should say, to try and get there as quickly as possible. Those look to be Macedonians. Oh, there we go, pushing back against, I think, the Parthians. So that's good in that respect. And they're barricading themselves in. No, you can't have Calamodunum, I've already got it. Right. So let's see what Armenia plans. Okay. Well, subversion in Delminium. Imagine my surprise. And attrition. Mission issued, allied request. The wave cutters, where are they? Okay. So, what can I do with that?
We hunger for battle.
Where's my fleet? They're over here somewhere, aren't they? And that's going to be a problem.
Fleets reporting.
There's another fleet moving in.
Yes.
There they are. We'll send them over to cut the wave cutters down to size. Now.
We hunger for battle.
Bring these guys up here as well. That's worrying. It's very worrying there. Now. Let's deal with these interlopers, shall we?
Ready for battle. To victory! Ready for orders. For death! Our path is blocked.
Oh, for God's sake.
At your command. At once. Ready for battle. We cannot pass here.
There we go. Ambush. And dead.
Make haste, men. We take this settlement for Rome.
There we go. So we can now move into that settlement there. So let's see. What can we do now? Oh, boy. Quite the dilemma, really. We don't want to lose that army. Because we need them there. The Romans and the Latvian army need to stay there as well. Because otherwise I'm leaving myself open. These guys are taking out those guys there.
We hunger for battle.
Let's get that in there. And that. There we go.
Commander.
So we can get the food in. Now, can these guys get roads? I wonder. Sail them out of here.
Advance. Moving out. Not into those waters.
See if we can do that. Okay, so this army here, pretty badly damaged. Gotta leave them in place. Let's see. I think that's pretty much where we're going to leave it for this week on the 100th episode of this campaign. A milestone, the longest series I've ever had on the channel. If you've watched it all the way through, I'm extremely grateful and also very pitiful for you. Because you're just like, oh my God, listen to me for over 100 episodes. How have you not stabbed yourself in the head with something? But, you know. Clearly, you're either dedicated or, yeah, completely insane. Anyway, these guys here, what are they doing? Where are they moving to? Oh, right, they were moving down to there. Ah, that's the Navy, isn't it? Yes, sorry, silly me. Those guys are moving to Rhodes. And obviously we're moving these guys up that way as well. Let's see. Those are going to be paddling like the bejesus. Let's see, because I'll have to leave it like that for the moment. The army upkeep is okay, but it's the naval upkeep that's expensive as well. Have to leave it like that. Once the Navy has done its job, I'm tempted to disband them. But we'll see. We'll see. Anyway, end of this week's episode. Thank you so much for sticking with us for 100 episodes of Total War. Rome 2, House Julia, The Next Generation. We'll see you next time. Cheers, guys.